We look crew. And in studio lights.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome to
T-Files.
T-Files
With Lexi and Amaya.
Amaya. So we will be talking about
Tranties.
Tranties talk about Trump.
Tranties for Trump?
Trannies talk about Trump. Not
Tranties
for
talk
Trump.
about Trump.
Not just yet. And we were just talking about earlier that his comment on Haiti and Africa and
On these S-hole.
yeah, we're just having a little discrepancy talking, and obviously he is the president. I don't have to speak to the choir that what he did was not presidential in any sense of the way. But at the end of the day,
Not my president.
Yeah, not
my president.
I just want us to all get along, but we see what he was saying when referring to just it's not at the par of American standard.
So what was he saying here?
I think he was Haiti is just it's a third world country.
So is Africa.
No,
So are
no,
parts of
a lot
America.
of African countries are not third world.
Give me a chance.
South America, Nigeria.
South
Ethiopia
America?
is not third world.
South America, Nigeria.
Oh, South
Africa. Blonde moment.
Yeah. And I just don't think that's necessarily the case, because if stereotypically Africa, I wouldn't say is third world. Haiti, yes. But I mean, obviously as a president you shouldn't be saying that. Once again, it's just a little, I just hope everyone can get along at the end of the day, rather than being so biased in our propagandas against each other. And I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm just an independent. So, I mean, what's your point of view on that, Maya?
So coming from a minority and a predominantly black listed, black ethnicity group, can relate when I say that his comments are disgusting. Not only has he targeted Latin Americans, Mexicans, Muslims, and now he's going after Haiti and Africa, and he talks about deplorable people. I think he's deplorable. Like, at the end of the day, these comments are uncalled for and unnecessary, when in fact, these countries are striving to do better for themselves. But in regards to his comments, I think at the end of the day, Africa is beautiful, the culture is rich, and the people are striving to make the country better. So if that is a shithole country, that's a country I want to be a part of. And Haiti is the same way. I mean, they were just struck with the disaster not even less than 10 years ago. And they're rebuilding, they're taking the time to rebuild. So if that is a shithole country, that's a country that I want to be a part of, as opposed to living in America where everything's not handed to us.
It's at a click of a button.
Yeah, and it's instant gratification. If we want it, we can have it. And so it's very much, I don't know, it's to a point where you have to think that he will never understand a third world lifestyle. So he can't put himself he doesn't understand a third world lifestyle, so he can't put himself in their shoes.
Agreed. But honestly, we should probably read the article a little further, because I don't even know why he was even talking about Haiti and saying shithole country in the first place. Do you know why?
The actual context, I don't
Either. Okay, so we did our little bit of research.
Little fact check, Gotta check them fakes.
We had to Google what we were talking about.
And we are not sponsored.
And so, was it confirmed what he said?
Okay, so his actual words are not confirmed that he said shithole or shithouse.
Yeah.
Either way, regardless of the fact, to bring your mouth to say some racist, ignorant accusations against these countries, Haiti and Africa, that have been so much turmoil and striving to make their countries better.
Agreed.
It's sad.
Agreed, totally. And just he was talking about immigration reform, and usually America, when talking about immigration reform, is referring to Mexico or the wall. And he's talking something.
Well, not just that. It goes to Syrians. It goes to anybody.
Norway. Anyone. It goes to basically anyone. So
anyone trying.
This
to
whole
into the
talk
country.
is about discriminating about who gets into America.
Which blows my mind, honestly. One, because this country is built on the backs of slaves. First of all, you kill off the indigenous people. Then you bring in the slaves to rebuild your country. And then you tell them you can't have any rights. And then when they try and fight for their rights, you know, they're pushed into the gutters, basically. Not to sound like an angry black woman, which I am not. But yeah, so it's very hypocritical. And then you have this man who's on this whole campaign based upon racist. So he's bringing trying to tear down the Obama administration and everything that Obama stood for, which he's done very successfully, unfortunately. And so he's riled up almost a race war within America. So it's like, to even take it one step further and to take it to the actual countries like Africa and Haiti, it's absolutely disgusting.
I just think you're taking it a little too sensitively, because if you look at it from a statistic point of view on Haiti and America, obviously America has a higher standard.
Of course,
Haiti
yeah.
is a lower standard. Norway is a higher standard than America. So he's just saying, not white, it's just a higher standard of education, maybe monetary value. And I don't think Trump's racist. I just think he's very superficial. And Norway and Sweden are full of money when Haiti's not. And he wants these rich people to come over. And what's going to happen when that happens is more gentrification and higher rents are going to happen. And that's what's happening here in Los Angeles. In San Francisco.
Yeah.
I went to
that's tech companies are taking over. It's like another tech boom in San Francisco, and it's like people are slowly trickling down.
So I understand how it could maybe seemed racist when he says shithole countries, just by the literal definition of shithole. I just don't think we should take it so literally. I understand that's not something to say as a president, obviously, but I think we shouldn't backtrack on moving forward by being so regressively sensitive. And I totally understand what you're saying, and everyone gets it.
Yeah, totally.
I just what can we do to have some common ground of conversation over this man?
I totally agree. Common ground, I think, is very hard to find between Trump supporters and people who are not so in favor of Trump, just because it's the things that he says and the way that he says them is very aggressive. He says it in a way that makes people take defense. And so for the African American community, I get that totally. And then you have to think about this whole issue with H&M. King of the Jungle, and the little kid is wearing a monkey t-shirt and it's a black kid. We're regressing. We should be at a point, it's 2018. And I get that the other side is it's, if you give them power, then you're going to be mad about it. And if you're not mad about it, you can't give them power. So I get that. And so I don't want to give Trump any power because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't affect
That's what
my
he wants.
life. Yeah, it doesn't
That's
affect
what
my
he
life.
wants.
As an African American person, I know my worth, I know my value. I see his ignorance, and I can see through the lies and through the cattiness and like the BS.
Yeah, like the television shock value reality show.
And
Right.
it's very much that, like, it's just been a reality show since he's gotten into office. And
I mean,
just
and
for
negative
views.
publicity is positive publicity.
Well, girl, just because people talking about you don't mean it's
I
good.
mean, we as trans girls know negative publicity is positive publicity. But I mean, it's
I don't-
basically that strategy, but in a.
I don't think I
But
don't.
he's the president.
I don't think actually I can relate to what you said. I don't take negative publicity because I don't put myself out there in a negative light. Even with my sex work, porn, being in the industry, I don't feed off the negative energy because of how amazing my life is and all the great things that I do within my community
Yeah.
and in my life.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, just don't ever second guess yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. If when someone has a negative opinion towards your work.
Well, if everyone's got a problem with it, there's something wrong. Well, I mean, it's a majority of people. Even Republicans are coming out and saying he's wrong. So there's something that's, and he's even saying that, this bad rep that he's getting, this bad publicity is bad for his, his ratings. So he's trying to flip it and schmooze a little bit, but
I mean,
I don't see it.
That's just
He ain't got my vote.
what was on our minds for the beginning of 2018 year for the Trump administration. I'm obviously from a middle ground. She's liberal. I'm
pretty, like, I don't like to get involved in politics. I mean, I have my own opinion, but for the most part, like, I'm pretty neutral in the sense, like, I'm not for Trump. I'm not for a lot of, candidates for
Republicans,
office.
yeah.
For any, like, Democrats, Republicans, like, Bernie Sanders was a man, hands down, like, he came in, he said what
Agreed.
he was about. He's been about the same thing since day one. Like, Bernie, you're the man. Like, I fuck with you. Like, I'm not into politics.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Not worth it.
I thought
We too cute, girl.
Tea girls talk about Trump. And stay tuned for next week with the tea files here.
Next week with the tea file should be real interesting.
Right. I mean, what will Trump do?
Oof. It won't be about Trump.
What will he do next week?
But just stay tuned, and if you like this a little bit, if you didn't like it, if it made you think a little bit, hit that like and subscribe. Yeah.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
Yes, we'll keep you
Tea
posted.
Files.
Yes. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.